Charlotte has Rett syndrome, and one of the attributes of Rett syndrome is that when Charlotte was very young, before she was 2, she had some language, but then the language function that she had stopped, and Charlotte has not been able to speak since that time. It became evident very quickly that Charlotte was extremely frustrated by the fact that she can't communicate. So all of Charlotte's life we've been working hard with her to try and facilitate communication.
We've done that through various things. We've done that through a yes-no board. We used to do it with hands. One hand, left hand was the yes, and the right hand was no. We have done it by actually having a book where we've got kind of smart words so that Charlotte can choose those. When she was younger, she would actually write using either a keyboard or we used to have a kind of QWERTY keyboard that we written out or printed out, and she would choose letters in that, but that became very slow.
The key thing that Eyegaze provides to Charlotte is that she can instigate communication. For years and years we've been asking Charlotte questions with yes/no answers, and to a degree trying to stimulate ways of her pointing to things to communicate back to us. But it's very, very difficult for Charlotte to instigate anything.
I see the Eyegaze as a tool in the toolbox, really, but it's a crucial tool in the toolbox.
We've felt very frustrated over the years because of the difficulty in really understanding Charlotte's needs and what she wants and her opinions, so that we could value them and have a proper conversation with Charlotte. And so we had, I think, reasonable but not too optimistic expectations that it was going to take quite a long while for Charlotte to start using it. But we were amazed that almost out of the box, Charlotte was telling us that she loved us and that she wanted certain things and didn't want other things.
First time was when we got someone who helps people with Eyegaze come to see us with Charlotte. And Charlotte was initially reluctant to even try, but Callie, the lady that comes, is very good at helping people start a conversation. So when Charlotte started saying things, and I can't remember the first time what she said, I really did though, when she started, think I was going to cry a lot, and I had to stop myself from crying a lot because I just couldn't believe that she's got all this pent-up communication, and she's been trying for a long time to tell us how she feels and not having the opportunity to do that. On the second time we took her out, and she did say to me, I love you, twice, and that was really moving. I found that really difficult again, not to burst into floods of tears. I think it was helped on the basis that the next thing she said is, but I really don't want to do this now.
To see Charlotte first use the eye gazing and first actually say something on it was like, I absolutely just cried, because it was so emotional to see someone say anything, even if it didn't make much sense, just to have a voice. I didn't realise before we started doing the eye gazing, like when I was just hearing about it, I didn't realise how much of an impact and how impressive it would be to see Charlotte be able to talk after 33 years, but it is absolutely amazing.
Although we'd tried in the past over the years with Charlotte, it was very prohibitive cost-wise, and she wasn't succeeding very well. But we decided to have another go at it and got some support from Rett UK to do that. And it was their supporter who suggested we tried to apply for funding from a charity called the Sequel Trust. And the Sequel Trust is a national charity that supports all people with communication difficulties. And what they do is they will buy the equipment for you, what you need, but they go around the country and find funding through various other charities for it, and then they will supply the equipment. So Charlotte was very lucky. We applied on her behalf, and the Sequel Trust actually bought the equipment for her.
The support staff that Charlotte works with have been fantastic in terms of their adoption of the Eyegaze system as well, and using that as a communication system with Charlotte.
Before, she never had the ability to say in any depth what she wanted. She could say yes and no to things, but now she can articulate and have a voice. So just every area of her life, I think, should be and can be different now. It's been really interesting supporting her with doing the eye gazing, because I think the assumption is that it's so amazing, so she should, well, not she should, but that anyone would automatically pick it up immediately and go, oh wow, I'm going to use it all the time. But actually, we found that Charlotte doesn't want to do it all the time.
And although she, at the moment, chooses some days to use it and some not, someone explained that a bit like when it doesn't rain, and it doesn't rain, and it doesn't rain, and it doesn't rain, and then it rains really hard. That's how they see their daughter using Eyegaze sometimes, and then it stops raining again, and then rains really hard, and that's how she tends to use it as well. It's crucial. It has made a massive difference.
And it also is really interesting helping Charlotte integrate the eye gazing in her day-to-day life, and then how to support someone differently, just with little things like when routines are changed, because she says, like, maybe I want to lie down straight away after breakfast.
I think there's an issue as well about how, because of this technology now, people that are diagnosed with Rett syndrome at a very early age are able to take advantage of it, and they're fast learners, and it's really showing people that Rett syndrome really doesn't mean that you don't want to communicate, one can't communicate, and you haven't got something to say, and so it's able to open up a new window for a whole generation of Rett sufferers. And I think it's a very optimistic picture.
I was really dubious about getting Charlotte to do it age 33. I just I wasn't sure whether it would work, and it did work. And to see lots of people saying, oh, my daughter's 34, my daughter's 30, and they're having as much success as we are. And it's always going to be small steps. Hopefully, we are beginning to understand how she feels more. And hopefully she is beginning to see that she can express that.
We're hoping that this will fundamentally, over a period of time, change our relationship with Charlotte, in that we have a much better understanding of how she feels, her aspirations, what she wants to do, what she doesn't want to do. Some of these things may be quite challenging for us to take on board because we have preconceived notions, etc.
There's no turning back now. Now we've just pushed the door slightly open. We are going to continue on until the door is wide open, and you know, hopefully things will get better. It will get cheaper for people to use, all of these things. But for us, as I say, the door's been pushed open and we can see the sunshine on the other side, and that's very important. Anybody who has got no verbal communication, this is a real opportunity to be able to express how they feel and what they want, and to say things that they've never had the opportunity to do before. Charlotte's a grown woman, she's 33. To come to this so late in life perhaps is a disadvantage for her, but as I said, we always believed in Charlotte, we always gave her lots of ways of communicating, so I feel that that's not something that's new to her. We've always given her the opportunity of communicating. But to see 2-year-olds, which I have, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, using this and getting faster and faster and seeing what they're saying, it's just wonderful. It's amazing. How lucky we are that things on assistive technology are moving forward. I'm really delighted with it.
Thank you.
Aww, that's no problem. You deserve yummy food.